Alright, so first things first, as per usual, we're gonna let everybody know that we're streaming tonight, and then we're gonna get this party started. Amazon is the new Walmart, and Whole Foods just inherited all of the E something, blah blah blah, don't care. Probably should care, but I don't. Close that, Twitter. Photo, not that photo. And break fin. And we're getting this party started, so let me see, make that really big so I can see what I'm looking at. Starting soon, yes. That's what I'm looking for. Also, notepad. I closed my Twitch window. That's kind of awkward. Okay, I didn't close my Twitch window. Sans Squillet writes, hello! Hey Sans, welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight? And mute myself, because I don't want to be hearing myself, because it's always kind of awkward when I hear myself. Okay, that was my weird obituary thingy. Vid script. Chromo. Nope. Nope. Okay. Why did I write that essay? Alright, close that, close that, close that. Close that. Nope. Dropbox as a stream promo. That's what I'm looking for. Sans writes, I'm good, and you, bud? I'm doing. Basically, I'm doing all right. I kind of had to shut down my comic for a bit, so not really doing too hot there. But other than that, doing okay-ish. Yeah, we'll talk about that more once I get the promos and stuff running, and then we'll get into that. So first and foremost, Twitter. But yeah, let's just say I'm in a weird place right now. Copy that. And paste that there. Touch creative. Come on, Twitter. It's just a GIF. There we go. Husband charged with wife's murder blames cold medicine. Okay, then. Mumu the Troller writes, still working on the storyboard. Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of going to be the only thing I'm going to be working on tonight. And again, I'll get into that in a hot minute. Oh, that was in shares. Cool. Copy that. Paste that there. And the tweet. Cool, so we're done with Twitter. Let's go to Tumblr. Alright, well, I'm not going to record the entire thing, so Alright, cool, so let's go to Tumblr, let's do the thing. Oh, that's adorable. Alright, upload a photo. And stream starting, because we don't want to tell people that stream's over. And put that on. Oh, great. No, we're not working on the Crimson Fly tonight. Actually, we won't be working on the Crimson Fly on stream for a really long time. And then we're going to talk about that some more. So, warm-ups and reblog. Can't reblog the Crimson Fly because that has nothing to do with that tonight. And then put a reblog schedule for 9:30 p.m. Schedule that. And why not schedule for one for 10:32? I don't think I'll be on that long. Because I gotta wake up tomorrow morning. And what? Hey, you never know. Schedule. Oops. Alright, and then reblog the silly wing. And reblog the silly wing. Moonward the Troller writes, if you were to choose between Windows 7 and Windows 8, which one would you choose? Windows 8 by a wide mile. That's just like not a question at all. Mostly because like Windows 7 at this point is so outdated that I don't really know what I would use it to work on. To work on it. Also the other question is just like, why are you not on Windows 10? 10:30 p.m. All right. And then one last stopping spot, and then we were going to get this party started. Alright, and then push account. Oh, come on. SkipperWing, gmail.com. And hopefully that's my password. Copy that. And copy that. And paste that. And post. And I just realized I need to get on the Discord. Oh, that's a lot of things. There's one more troller right, so where are you now with the storyboard? I'll get to that, man! I will get to that! Let me just finish the social media post, and then we will get this party started. So it's gonna be a catchphrase one of these days. And then share in a group. Nope, share in, and no, not in an event. In a page you manage. SkipperWing, say a thing. Cool. Alright, now we're ready to get this party started. Well, first let's like get the music off of loop because that's always kind of awkward. So, unloop that. And hopefully the rest of this isn't boring. Streaming. Set the timer for 25 minutes and let's start. I'm not recording because this is not a recordable thing. So previously, when I was working on my storyboards, I just realized I should probably bring that up so you guys can see what I'm working on. Alright. No, not current projects, not 11-second club, Sonic. So this is where we are currently on the storyboard. Pause that. Pause that. Rewind and play. Let's make that big. So that's our storyboard. Rather, that's where we are with our storyboards. So now, the next thing to do is to keep cleaning up more of our storyboards, which I probably should have showed you the full animatic, but I forgot, so we're just going to get started anyway. So, the next shot is basically, so Tails has Sonic, and so he just tosses him onto the ground. They get ready to run, And then the scene changes over to them dodging traps. And then they do that weird 69 roll thing and they take off. So that's the board. So my job tonight is to clean that up and make that look a little bit more coherent. Let's go in here. And mid-ground. I'm gonna do something dumb. So what we're doing is we're gonna convert this to a symbol. So F8. We're gonna call that MC Sonic Triple S shot 19 thumbs 01. Cool. It's not gonna be a button though. Movie clip. Hate that song. Oh, close enough. Close enough to a passable song. So put that in the library route. Now what we're going to do is, now that that's inside a graphic symbol, we can turn up the brightness to do absolutely nothing. Oh, no, we don't want to touch that. We want to break this. So change that brightness, take that to 75. And actually, let's make it 75. The reason we're turning up the brightness is we can see it's making it a little bit white and stuff, so that way copy layers. Now let's go inside here. Paste. Oops. Paste layers. So now that's a guide layer. More importantly, we can see it move on the right, because it's a movie clip. Lock that real quick. Make that a graphic symbol. So now we can see Sonic move frame by frame, and now I can draw on top of that, which is awesome. So let's delete the extra layers we don't need. Make that. Undo that. F6, 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 shift F6. Cool, now we can delete this layer. And more importantly, I know where all my major beats are, so I don't have to go in and out of the frame to see where they are. So that's great. So, when we started off, we had tails. So let's open recent. Open recent, 18. I'm probably not gonna like this song, so let's fast forward and see what it is. And skip. That was a wrong song. This was probably not the best soundtrack to pick for tonight, but I have to admit, I'm pretty sure everybody was getting a little tired of hearing me gush on Sonic Mania. So let's draw us with tails. Just realized Tails has a little bit of cheek. They all kind of do, but Tails more so than most because he's got his he's got the fluff in his tail. He's got the fluffy cheeks. There we go. Alright. So let's give that a little bit of perspective. We do want him to look straight ahead, but we kind of want him to be focused on Sonic. So let's delete that and focus on drawing our line of action. Erase that. Turn that down a little bit. Now we have Tails' body for the most part. Clean that up just a little bit more. Let's give him a head. Not something that big. I mean, he's a kid, but he's not super. He's not a baby. Turn that off. Turn that off. And shabam! Turn that down a little bit so that way I can draw him a face. And the reason why I'm drawing him a face, even though I don't really need to, all I really need is the motion guide, or the grid, the head grid, showing what his head looks like. But the reason why I want to draw the rest of the face in is because it makes it easier later. Skip. I listen to weird music sometimes. Come back out, grab that head, shrink it down a little bit. Yes. In hindsight, I probably should have his model sheet up where I can see it. Let me bring up his model sheet. Best friends, hey champ, how's life? Life is alright. That reminds me of that thing I said I was going to talk about and I completely forgot. So, yeah. So, let's start at the beginning. So, current projects. That's not what I'm looking for. Where is it? Pictures folder. So, September 1st. 3 days ago, I'm going to the Crimson Fly website to check out something. I don't know what I'm going out to check out, but I'm looking for something. And then I noticed that that instead of having my comic available, all that's on the screen is a white square where my comic should be. And this is the reference that I pulled up. Blah. Cool. So that's the reference I'm going to be using on the top screen while I'm drawing on the bottom screen. So I was looking on my website and I was like, oh hey, okay, there's a white screen where my comic should be. And I'm like, why is that? Because I didn't do anything wrong. I did exactly what I normally do. Not only that, but it's not just for the one comic that I'm checking out on. It's also for all of the comics. None of the comics are working. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on? So I go and browse my email because I remembered something like this in my email. And the issue is that on September 1st, Dropbox was going to kill their public folder, essentially. And so basically what that means is that my comic on the website, the comic knows to look in my Dropbox for any particular files that I need. Whereas, so what basically what my website does is it goes to my Dropbox and says, hey, can we get permission to show this file on this website? And Dropbox normally says, yeah, absolutely, go right ahead. However, Dropbox's new change in terms of service basically says, yeah, no, we're not going to do any more because reasons. Even though I'm pretty sure reasons means security risk. So I totally get why Dropbox dropped the ball. But that's bad for me because that means that my comic is not showing up on the website. So I go and I do a little bit of research and I realize that, you know, that's the end of that particular avenue. Like, there's no other hosting service that I could use that would allow me to just sort of like post my my comic and then link back to there to upload it. Like, that's just a dead end. However, what I'm realizing while I'm coming to that conclusion is that it's an issue that I've been putting off dealing with. On top of a lot of issues with my comic that I've been putting off dealing with, essentially. For example, in 2020, Adobe is going to completely drop support for Adobe Animate. Wait, and what that means for me is that you won't be able to read my comic on my website even if as a Swift file, which sucks a lot. And I figured that I had until 2020 to sort of figure that out. Turns out, I didn't. I mean, I still do, but it's better to just sort of rip that bandage off now. So the easy solution for me is for my comic to pony up like $24 a month. Okay, that's creepy. But the easy solution is to pony up like $24 a month and put my comic on on proper hosting, and then just upload the files directly to my website. That's what I should do. Don't care about that song. However, that just puts another band-aid on top of a series of band-aids, and that's just not good for me personally. So I decided that I was going to put my comic on hiatus, figure out the HTML5 thing, get proper domain hosting for my comic, and then come back whenever the heck that ends up actually happening. Spoiler alert, I have no idea when that's going to happen. But for the time being, my comic is essentially in a coma while I figure out how to get it onto HTML5. So that's why, like, I'm sort of... Let's see, what's the next frame? Okay, so... Let's see, frame 1. I wonder where that disappeared to. Skip.
What's that in your hand? A toy?
Yeah, basically like that. Best rights. So basically, you had two rubber aid band-aids on broken water pipes, and we're saying this is fine. Pretty much, yeah. So I kind of decided that I was going to just put the comic on hiatus, figure out how to put it and get into proper HTML5, and then come back. I don't really know when the comic's coming back, because honestly, I don't know how long it'll take for me to learn everything I need to learn to fix these problems that I have. Pop that. Pop that. Let's put Sonic in front. Pretty much, yeah. Best right, so the comic's just under why do you need to give it TPR? Sorta? I mean, I know I just said yeah, but more like the comic is Cyborg before Cyborg gets his cyborg parts. Or the 6 Million Man before he gets his cyborg parts. Because honestly, those are basically two band-aids that I've kind of been like putting off like fixing since I started the comic. Like, I always knew I was gonna have to figure out some other alternative to Swift files, because Flash was just like everybody was saying Flash was dying. Like, that was always going to be a problem. And then also with the hosting thing, the reason why I didn't have I didn't have independent hosting when I started the comic was because I didn't have a day job when I started the comic, so I couldn't pay for hosting even if I wanted to. But now I can. So I should just do that. Like, sort of like how it used to be the crimsonflycomics.blogspot.com and now it's just the crimsonfly.com. Yeah, that's like $12 of my bank account, like, going away every year. So Moon with the Troller writes, why is Adobe going to kill anime in 2020? Yeah, Best kind of summed it up. They're not killing the program called Adobe Animate. Like, you can still use Adobe Animate. What they're killing is the Flash player. So I'm going to go into real life for like a hot minute. So Muma, you know how in class, whenever we have to play, oh wait, you're not in that class anymore. This doesn't apply to you. Anyway, so basically, Adobe's Flash player has been full of holes forever. And so rather than try and continually patching up holes on a software that's kind of like got worse security than Swiss cheese, Adobe just decided, well, we're just gonna kill our support for that. Flash player isn't really the Best writes, Mumu was your friend? Your student? I thought he was like your friend. No, you'd be surprised how many of my students pop up in the streams, Best. I usually try and keep it like professional, but sometimes I forget, or sometimes I just like do something different. So that's kind of what happened here. But anyway, I always kind of knew that I was gonna need to switch from at the SWF file format to something else. And I always knew I was going to need to get independent hosting at some point. They were just kind of band-aids I just didn't want to pull off yet. But now I figure I might as well just do that and just overhaul everything while I'm at it. So yeah, so the comic's kind of on hiatus. And by kind of, I mean it's explicitly on hiatus. So it's kind of weird to not have to worry about the Crimson Fly, but it's also kind of frustrating to not have to worry about the Crimson Fly. So in the meantime, we're working on the Sonic animatic. I should probably also bring up Sonic 2 while I'm at it. Yep, pretty much that. Okay, I was gonna say, did I not see the Sonic reference? Erase that. Minimize that. So yeah, so that's pretty much the story of why the Crimson Fly, we're not working on the Crimson Fly right now. And if you guys want more information, let me go find the post, crimsonfly.com. So where is it? But yeah, this basically explains it more than my sort of like out of brain blubbering can really explain it. I mean, I know it's a wall of text, but you guys are smart enough for that. So I like what I did with Tails. I don't like what I did with Sonic. So let's take that head though, because I do like that head. Because the problem with this head, this body, is that it ignores our line of action. It sort of does a... Best writes, I read that wall text on Discord and then read it in your voice. Oh, thanks, dude. But yeah, that's basically the gist of how everything is. So how are you doing tonight? What are you guys up to? And how did you enjoy your Labor Day weekend? Man, this does not end? Alright, 9 to 4. Alright, it is break time. Best writes, I'm playing Hearthstone, chilling out, thinking what I need to get done for this month and next before I start grinding on my own comic next year. Oh, well, what do you need to be working on? There's a work break timer. I've got 3 windows open. I don't need 3 windows open. Whew. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some food, and I'll be right back. Oi, oi. Oh, wow. Got here right back in time. Alright, streaming. So, Atomic, so I heard there was a thing being drawn here. Yes, there is. Hey, Atomic, welcome to the Skip Stream. How are you doing tonight? Backstretch, I'm working on a lighting study right now. Finished the base figure out today. Need to finish a figure drawing study I was making earlier this week. I'm gonna do a little Andrew Loomis drawing homework, which I'll finish this 2 weeks this Friday, along with him. Nice! Yeah, Loomis is great. I actually highly recommend Loomis for as a drawing teacher. I mean, granted he's dead, but like his books are pretty awesome. I think somebody was archiving them online for free, like legally online for free somewhere. But I forget where they were. Mumu writes, that's the correct Atomic Glowfish, but not the Crimson Fly right now. Nope. No Crimson Fly for at least the end of this year. What the heck am I listening to? No More Heroes, rank 8, Shinobu number 2. Huh, interesting. Let's go to my Sonic reference, because I have a sneaking feeling that his belly's not that big. Or at least that they overplay it in the 3D games. Atomic writes, I was forced to get a Loomis book for my perspective class. It was pretty helpful. Yeah, Loomis is nice like that. Ooh, no, not that. Let's make tails. Blowfish writes, I'm the painfully mediocre man I am today thanks to Loomis. I wouldn't say painfully mediocre. Granted, I'm not going to say anything else, but I wouldn't say painfully mediocre. Heck, I wouldn't even say mediocre either, for that matter. I'm probably gonna regret this pose. Come and get some. I'm probably going to regret this. Loomis book figure drawing, all it's worth, is exactly what I needed when I started drawing. It's great. Really love him. Alright, so the problem we have with these two figures is that they are way too big for what I need them to be. Sweet. Let's shrink them down a little bit. Yeah, that's bad. Let's start with Sonic. I want to have Tails swing him over. So what I'm gonna need to do is draw out that belly. There we go, 75 is perfect. This is what I get for not having drawn these guys in 3 days. So do I really need to draw all these poses out? Not really, but it helps. I just realized what my problem is. Let's draw that out. And that out. There we go. I think I got it right. I probably didn't get it right. Still need that grid though. Another news, I'm very excited to be almost done with my sketchbook for school. Excited for money reasons too, but those are far less important. I wouldn't disagree with that. Here we go, and we have a Sonic, not really. Best writes, Hearthstone is equal parts addictive as it is infuriating, though I'm mostly mad because I'm bad at it. Well, the only way to get better at something is through practice, and that applies to games as much as it applies to real life.
Still just a fight.
Let's grab that. Grab that. There we go. What the frick am I saying? Both which I could ever get into it. Cool art on the cards, but I've never been one for card games. It's my curse. My problem is that I just go after anything that appeals to my aesthetics. Well, I mean, that's not a weakness. That's kind of something that everybody does. Switch. Yeah, let's find a desperate struggle. OST. Because I want to have a better for OST. Best friends, I haven't had any games to play in a while, so it scratches an itch. I feel that. Swing that around. There we go. It's weird, I'm drawing Sonic first, but I really should be focusing on Tails. Because Tails is driving the action here. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Let's get rid of that line. That line's boring. looks a little bit better. Okay. I'm gonna put these over here because I just had an epiphany and I'm just like, these ideas are not working for me. So let's go back to my first idea of making Tails the driving force of this. Okay, I hate to do this, but I'm going to pick one of my other playlists and go through that because I'm not feeling this music at all. Let's go with the Street Fighter one. There we go. That's what I get for just, like, winging it. Okay, so Tails' body isn't that big in proportion to his head. Let's bring up my reference.
I drop these lyrics for my people in the ghetto. I keep the flavor from night to morning. Just like an alkaline, I keep going strong. Another angle just to keep flexing. This is like a drill, yo, but I'm testing my unusual styles of rap. Then I fix it. I rhyme from the beginning to the middle, within a flash.
This is what I get for thinking about this one too hard. This isn't really that hard, I just shouldn't have stopped where I did. There we go. That looks looking a lot better.
I hate to disappoint you, but you living kind of foul. So, yo, pack your bag, kid. You got to go to the drawing board, cause I ain't going for the whack stuff. You best to slack up before I bring the Mac up. Then make shots like that Jamaican kid they call Ross. I guess must rocks from my block to your block.
I just realized I just threw away a half hour's worth of work. I hope you guys can forgive me about that. To be fair, I haven't actually thrown it away, it's just not usable. There we go.
Like when I'm rocking on the microphone and start breaking, no, it's forsaken to think that I can be taken, cause I'm your highness, the rap finest, you can't deny this. Dig a little deeper, yo, I'm sure that you will find it. Style of mine as a dope speech, I'm intellectual, now I have to teach. Supporting my territory, I call props, and all invading perpetrators this style like the apocalypse. It's 97, yo, check the way I'm dropping this. You must be joking, kid, yeah, I may be smoking. You can't take me out, yo, my style is doping. Word up, I'm catching wreck like that. It's 97, yo, the Street Fighter game shit is fat. Check it out now. Third strike, yo. Yo, I know you got your options, so pick the right thing. Some choices to make a mad ruckus to bring. I'm just hooked on it. Dark bodies who want it. I don't know where you got your skills from. Jump off it, bring it on. Any opponent or contender, no one can stop this. With guns or objects, as far as I'm concerned, yo, it's only one topic.
There we
Street
go.
fighters from bare hands to toxic. You're an average warrior. I be the master. I can teach you how to fight or move faster. One false move,
Alright.
that be disaster. I beat you endless and continue the day after. Street Fighter 3, that's right, the third chapter. This game's for real, no lies or no actors. Pick your
And
character,
let's
the
blow
one
up his head just a
representing
little
your life.
bit.
Stomping anybody, so make your choice right. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, one box could leave you messed up and fractured. Lock these uppercuts, they may leave you captured. May the best fighter win and win again. Battle to the top until his life ends. But if his life ends and he starts to decay, may one of his street soldiers avenge things. See you talking to the game, couldn't be talking to me. I got enough to beat and more soldiers to bury. You know we just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes. You're on the way to choose your type of life, cause you gotta. I tell you from now, which fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one. Just practice. Just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch, the spin kicks, watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you back flip. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Alright, fine. Take a break.
Pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know you got your options, so pick the right thing. Some choices you the day after. Street Fighter 3, that's right, the third chapter. This game's for real, no lies or no actors. Speaking character, don't wanna represent your life. Start with anybody, so make your choice right.
Alright, time to get back to work. Hey, Drastic, welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight? Am I in Discord? I am in Discord. Okay, that's weird. Oops, nope. There we go. Reset. Cool. Seven, because we want Tails to toss Sonic. There we go. Alright, so start to swing that down.
Hello.
Heyo. Hey, Drastic, how you doing tonight?
Chilling. Just recorded some Mega Man Maker footage with my partner over here.
Nice. So what are you up to now?
I have no idea.
I feel that.
While we were in the middle of the recording, I saw that you popped on to
The Discord?
stream. Yeah. Mr. Me6 is like, hey man, he's streaming. Like, oh cool. Like after Jared goes on home, we'll pop on in and see what's going on.
Not much. Just working on the Sonic Ammonatic.
Ammonamic.
Yep. This Butchering World is cool, don't you know?
It's part of the English language.
So yeah, I don't know. Did you see the post about the Crimson Fly?
On Discord?
Discord, Facebook, it went everywhere. I put it everywhere.
I haven't seen it. I've been on Facebook like briefly today.
Well, it's on the Discord, in the announcements tab, rather than the Crimson Fly tab. But yeah, no, comics going on hiatus.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is like not so much me burning out or anything, but like Dropbox changed how their public folder works, which like completely screwed over how my comic works. And I was like, well, I could just do the quick thing, which is like pay for hosting, get everything back up and running, and then like not think about the 20 something deadline for 2020 deadline for Flash. Or I could like bite the bullet and do what I've been putting off doing since I started making the comic, which is actually get everything translated into HTML5, get a proper domain and host, and we'll get a proper hosting, not just the domain. And yeah, all of that stuff, and basically make sure that something like this isn't a problem for at least the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
So unfortunately what that means is, because I don't know how to do all that stuff right now, because if I did, then this would not be a problem. So that means, unfortunately, is that the comics kind of got the, like, I can either work on the comic and like publish it in in diminished versions, like either doing all the static stuff or doing all the animated stuff and still trying to pretend to do the interactive stuff someplace else, or I can just like put just do one thing at a time and just put the comic on hold while I figure out how to put the comic get the comic where I want it to be, and then like relaunch, as opposed to like burning the candle at both ends.
True.
So comics on hold until I get this figured out, which doesn't necessarily mean that my like everything else is on hold. Like, I mean, aside from YouTube's kind of on hold by necessity, because that content was being driven by or the YouTube content was being driven by the Crimson Fly, so kind of can't really do that without that. Although I'm trying to do something, working on something else to do for that. But so yeah, comics on hold. Jiggy's helping me out with the programming. Yeah. So until the comics back up, Skip's not going to be drawing Crimson Fly on the stream.
Word.
So right now, working on that Sonic animatic that I should have finished, done by the end of the week, and then I can move into doing rough animation, or I say move into doing rough animation, but I'm kind of already doing that right now. But less refined, I mean, just like do rough animation.
What is the Don?
Skip, Best writes, yo, Skip, you want to hear a funny story? Absolutely. Hit me, Best.
I'm mostly spending, not most of the day, but like the last hour or two just relaxing with some games.
I feel that.
I just backfilled a game and got 0 kills. No.
Oh.
They added Team Deathmatch to Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been giving that a test drive. I've actually been able to like win an 8-player deathmatch.
Huh.
I've won a couple of them.
Nice. So, Best writes, so this person called Roxy Cotton, who I've never heard of and never seen on stream, follows me, then whispers me, what a sub, cutie? And I'm just sitting there like, nah, I'm not falling for this. She is. Yeah, no, be careful with that. Sounds like a Twitter bot on Twitch.
Yep.
Don't know how that works, but that's what that sounds like.
Bot's gonna bot. I thought I got an Instagram bot on because I've plenty of those in the time I've been on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But just randomly one day, like, it's Brazilian models following you on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, right. So, oh, it's actually legit. It's actually an actual person who found my art and was like, oh, that's nice. I'll follow that.
I feel that. Nice, dude. Meanwhile, Best writes, oh, it totally is. I'm assuming a bot. I can totally tell from the profile picture. Yeah, that's kind of becoming weird to me, like how many bots there are on social media now. It's kind of weirding me out. Like on Twitter, every 5 seconds there'll be this sort of weird like, hey, look, I'm a hot person. I'm looking for somebody to bone, and I'm like, you're a robot. Why would you think I'm not? I don't know this. Like, how desperate do you think I must be?
I don't bone robots.
It's like, how desperate do you think I would have to be, or gullible I'd have to be to believe that you are an actual person? It's like, why? And take this present.
I ain't afraid of you. Falling off the cliff sound effect is horrifying.
Was this in Overwatch? Or in Lego?
Yeah. Divas falling off the cliff sound is like, like, oh, that sounds terrible.
How does Diva fall off a cliff? Isn't she in a giant robot that can fly?
It can fly in spurts. It can't fly indefinitely.
Doesn't she like have an eject button too? I mean, I know she doesn't have a parachute, but I don't know. This is me overthinking that, like, Overwatch. So take my grumbling with a grain of salt.
I just got ejected, and as I got ejected, I shot my pew-pew gun and killed a guy.
Noise.
Unfortunately, my pew-pew gun is not. I don't have a whole lot of survivability without my mech. Lucio trying to beat me up with melee and succeeded. Damn it!
Ah. Best
I
writes.
just want to.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to finish this thing in the top 4. If I finish in the top half, or the top half of the peoples, I get a loot box.
Nice. Best Rights, the bots don't really weird me out. It's a hacker tactic, but it's really uncomfy that the hackers take profile pics of random girls online and use them for their bot profile pics. Like, can you imagine how many of those are hacked from in phones in somebody's lewd? Yeah. Yeah, that is a problem. You actually had, I hadn't. I actually hadn't thought of it like that, which is now it's just kind of made it even worse and even creepier.
Stupid dragon! Oops.
Oh, did you just murder someone?
Murdered him good.
Nice.
We don't expect you to get very aggressive after you've lost your neck.
Yeah, that happens. Oh, speaking of which, so I went to go visit my my buddy Chris, other buddy Chris, and well, Best Friends, I can just phrase it out of my head because I don't know these people. I'll never meet them, but it's still something like, what, no honor among thieves? I don't know the context. But, it was funny because, like, me and my friend Chris were playing Sonic Mania, and we were playing the multiplayer. And it was surprised me how much fun we got out of it. Mostly because, like, after, like, you've gone through the single player, and the single player campaign takes about, like, 4 hours at most. Like, you can get a lot of replay value out of playing Tails and Knuckles campaigns, but at its core, it's still a very short game. Plus, it's one of those games where, like, whoever knows the layouts is going to dominate, which I did. But then it was funny because then we had all this random crap happen to us, and it was hilarious. All the stupid crap we pulled off. Like, there's an item box in Sonic Mania in the multiplayer that basically switches your spot with with the other player. So it was funny because, like, I was at the end of a stage, and then I hit this item box, like, just because I'm just in the, like, I'm conditioned to hit the item boxes, but as I'm sitting, like, no, and I'm just like Donald ducking all over the place because I had just given my friend my lead. Like, with 3 seconds left, like, with 3 steps left to the end goal. I was like, why did I do that? Although it was funny because then in a later race, what he ended up doing was he had gotten to the finish line and he just kind of sat there because he was going to wait for me so he could cross the finish line. So I saw him waiting there, but I knew that I was pretty close to the finish line and I wasn't going to make it just walking. So I was hoping that he had kind of forgotten that he would need momentum from a dead stop. So I charged a spin dash and just, like, dash across the finish line before he can actually, like, take 2 steps across the finish line. And I was like, and he was like, why? It's like, why did I forget that? Stupid spin dash. But yeah, Mania is surprisingly fun for, like, in multiplayer for, like, a few hours. But I think the stage selection kind of hurts it, though. Because there's, like, after a while, like, if you go through it once and you've kind of done everything, and there's not really much else to do with the multiplayer. But what's fascinating is the way that they score it. And that it's not just who crosses the finish line first, but, like, basically they're combined scores, which is kind of irritating because it's like they want you to go as fast as you can, but they also want you to get as many item boxes and stuff as possible, which means that you have to go exploring. But so you have to juggle those two, and I think it's kind of cool, but I also think it's kind of frustrating because it means that there's no such real thing as a winning strategy. So yeah, that was fun. Like outlining this outline.
I'm getting murdered. I'm confused though. Like I was getting triple teamed, and I don't understand why. It's a free for all.
Okay, this is gonna suck, because that just means I'm gonna have to turn this into a camera thing.
My alt got snuffed, and now I'm not gonna break the top 5. Darn it!
Wah, wah.
I was like, I got you all right here. I'm gonna hit the button, it's gonna blow up. And it's like, no, it's not gonna blow up.
Alright, so we're gonna come back to Tails. Right now we're gonna go back to Sonic.
I just want to break the top 4, and I can get that loot box and stop playing.
Oh, what's in the loot box? What's in the box?
Just the cosmetic items. I was in second for like half of the match, and then like I started getting triple teamed, and I got knocked down to 6th.
Ow!
Oh, ew! I don't like that. I gotta play the new map. I don't like the new map. Oh well.
So drastic.
Yes.
So I was talking with my friends today, and they kind of hit on a topic that I think everybody's kind of been like hearing me dance around with, but I still want to run it by you. And I kind of also want to run it by the stream too. So we were watching Marvel's Spider-Man, and I was like, all the rage, rage. And my friend was like, okay, well, you're really good at analyzing and complaining about this, and analyzing and complaining about this stuff. Why don't you do a video series about it? Not necessarily specifically just on Marvel Spider-Man, and how like Spectacular Spider-Man did the opening sequence better, but just in general, just like these kinds of like dissections or analyses or rants or what have you, and whatever your topic is. And what do you say to that?
About you making a almost like a CinemaSins type situation.
Not quite CinemaSins. More extra credits than CinemaSins. Like just either analysis, deconstruction, etc., etc.
Go for it. It's something you enjoy to do anyway, right?
Yeah. I guess what I'm kind of worried about is finding my my quote unquote hook for like around what to expect when I do these things, if that makes sense. Like how Movie Bob talks about comics and movies, Extra Credits talks games. I mean, I guess I would be talking animation, but I don't know, that still feels kind of broad to me. Also, I'm probably be pissing off a lot of people in a lot of places where I probably want to get jobs someday. I guess that's one of the things I'm kind of worried about with that. Like one of those sort of like, oh hey, look at me, I'm sticking my foot in my mouth. Crap. I mean, it's a weird thing because it's like I don't know why I would want. I mean, I would have whole delusions about like about working at Marvel, but like I don't know. I just like I'm looking at their latest output. I'm like, that's not good. Especially on a channel where like DuckTales is a thing now. I mean, speaking specifically with the Spider-Man example, like then like I go and watch, I'm like, that doesn't look too hot. But I don't know, maybe there's something else on, and I'm like, oh wow, DuckTales is on, and DuckTales looks like way better. But and I know that DuckTales and Marvel aren't like, I mean, DuckTales and Spider-Man aren't animated in the same studio and all that jazz, or by the same teams, etc., etc., etc. But I'm like, how is that one of these shows looks freaking amazing and the other one looks, well, it looks like a cash grab? I don't know, I feel like that's something I could talk about, but also at the same time I'm like, is there something I don't know, or I'm not seeing, or what have you?
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Is that a metaphor?
Just asking, is the juice worth the squeeze?
In terms
by
of
your estimation, is it worth doing something like this?
I feel like it is, but it's like, okay, here's a new door, but I'm also going to be closing a few doors. Like, I feel like there's a reason why more of us don't already do that.
Don't already just rip on stuff for views.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of sort of where my issue is that like as much as I love complaining, I also like the idea of there's some sort of positivity to it as well. Alright. This is probably going to be the last one. Because I gotta go to get ready for bed after this. So I'm gonna take a break for the time being.
Same thing's happening again. It's so weird.
Okay, I'm kind of weirded out with this Facebook meme of like Disney movie I was given. How is it everybody was given Mulan? Like, does anybody else get like any movie that's not Mulan?
It's a pretty funny statement about this personality quizzes in general.
That's true.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I just keep barely getting edged out of the top 4.
Wah, wah.
Like, I'm number 5 right now. Kind of blowing. These rockets shoot. And then all hell is breaking loose right now. I don't understand why they like a triple team me. Like, I'm flying overhead with Farrah, and 3 of them are like, we must get her. Like, if you get each other, you come closer to winning, because it's like kills right there.
Yeah, well, gamers are not rational people.
Of course. This is like the perfect storm of me not breaking the top 4.
That might just be just for tonight.
Alright. There's 4 kills between 1st and 5th. I can still pull 4th.
Alright, this is gonna be the last one for tonight.
Jesus Christ! Cho Simba. His name is Cho Simba. Oh, that's a good that's a good Kung Pao Enter the Fist joke. Fourth, 5th, and me in 6th. You all have 16 kills. That's not fair. That's so not fair. Oh, buddy. Buddy.
So you doing the drinking Jordan on Wednesday?
Probably. I'm probably not gonna be like drinking anything, but I'll be drawing. My funds are stupidly low. I think I need to meet with Alicia about the project.
Ah, nice. Well, isn't school starting up back up soon?
Yeah. School starts back up tomorrow.
Nice. It's funny, this song on my YouTube playlist, like I have it, like it's on my YouTube playlist as live. It's this dude doing like this electronica on a 3DS. But like I found the actual song and it's like not live and it's like still just as epic and I was like, oh right, I didn't save that on the playlist that way. Right, I should do that at some point.
Let 3 people just jump off a damn cliff.
That doesn't sound good.
Damn it. You catch him running for the health pack and shoot him in the head. Shit, you asshole. Get him out of here.
I haven't saved in a while. Save.
Punched your ticket. Fuck out of here again, Joe. Oh, you goddamn ninjas.
Do I have to redraw this? I do not have to. Am I going to? Absolutely, because that's what I do.
Hallelujah for not redrawing stuff. Ooh. Of course that didn't work.
Should probably turn on the onion skin so I can see what I'm doing, though.
I'm becoming a little too focused on my mission of breaking the top 4 so I can stop playing.
You could just stop playing.
This is with that loot box. I haven't been playing very long. If I'd been playing all night and this wasn't happening, I'd be like, you know what, screw it, it's not worth it. Hit your cowboy ass. Barring a catastrophe, I should break the top. Damn it! Should break the top 10. I hate you, Roadhog. Where's everybody? Jesus Christ. And I got knocked down to 3rd place. Okay, this is... I couldn't find anybody in the stage for like the last minute.
And then they all just kind of ran you over?
Roadhog killed me. Like, I thought I was gonna, like, just completely get knocked into the lower half because I couldn't find anybody to fight for the last 60 seconds and the Roadhog killed me. But I came in 3rd with 10 kills.
Yay?
Saitoro has 20 kills. Like, I was not gonna win.
What, you made top 4, right?
Yep. Pardonnez-moi, where's my loot box? 8-player, free-for-all, deathmatch, reward, and loot box. Why the hell don't I have it? Screw it. It'll come along eventually. That's enough Overwatch for now.
Okay.
I really should be going to bed because I don't have anything lined up for tomorrow. It's the beginning of the year, so I may be up at 6 o'clock in the morning taking my first job of the year.
That sounds fun.
It's Fun's little brother, not. I got my buddy's wedding on Fridays, so that's another day I won't be working. I need to get paid as soon as humanly possible. Good Lord. No jobs posted. Baltimore County's. It's weird how this works, man. Like, if you don't get like right in there, and you'll be looking for jobs and looking for jobs, and the first thing they'll say on your first job, "Thank God you're here. It's so hard finding subs." I'm like, there were no jobs this time. What are you talking about? I don't understand the difficulty. I'm looking for jobs and they're not there.
Well, that seems to be this weird conundrum that that the American workforce is facing. I mean, I know this doesn't have much to do with with your field, but they keep talking about it on the radio. It's like, oh yeah, all the people like the unemployment's still a problem.
My school from last year. So, if you guys need me, I'm not out of the Southern game just yet.
Well, yeah, but it's like they'll do this thing where it's like they can't find the right applicants, but then the applicants are like, yeah, but you're not hiring. It's this weird thing.
True.
Like, that seems to be the conundrum of the American economy right now.
So why aren't there any people to take these jobs? What jobs? The ones we won't let you have. Those that make a bit of sense. I should just go to freaking sleep.
You should. You don't have to hang out with me. It's okay.
No, it's not that I'm stuck hanging out with you. Like, I don't want to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep. Like a little ass kid, like, I don't want to go to sleep. Go to sleep, it'll be good for you. I don't care.
Well, do you know
play guacamole?
Well, do you know what's keeping you up?
The fact that I haven't gone to sleep this early in like 2 or 3 months.
That seems like a really weird thing to get hung up on.
The fact that I haven't gone to sleep at this time for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not something. I guess that's just me personally, but that's like something that's never really bothered me too much. It's like, oh, I can't go to sleep. Well, I know. I'll just just go to sleep. I'll just lay in bed until it happens.
Yeah, I wish that worked with me. Like, I always sit and stare at the damn ceiling. I need to drink some chamomile or do something to get myself relaxed and fall asleep.
Well, I can't say how better.
I gotta wind down my brain. There's too much activity in it right now, so I can just fall asleep and not be staring at the ceiling in the dark, just thinking about crap.
Honestly, because that usually for me, it's like, well, admittedly, streaming helps with that a lot too. Like, by the time I'm done streaming, I just do not want to think about much else beyond like going to sleep, which makes like next day prep kind of a pain in the butt. Bless you again.
Give it the old college try.
So, are you actually tired right now, or?
Not even a little.
Ugh. That sounds like something you shouldn't fight then. Like, I mean, that's, or rather something you shouldn't force.
I shouldn't force myself to go to sleep.
Yeah? I don't know, because I find that when I do that, then, like, I wake up tired.
I almost always wake up tired, and I just kind of... I give myself like a half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to be up and moving at 6, get up at 5:30, kind of just lay in bed, get myself together, and then you get that kind of relaxation time. Just like, I have to be awake, but I don't have to get out of this bed for. And then by the time I get up, I feel less like a zombie.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that the actual camera change, perspective change would be hard. Let's shrink that down a little bit.
I spent the earlier half of my day watching the Mae Young Classic, which was freaking awesome.
The what?
It's this 32-woman wrestling tournament.
Oh yeah, I saw you posted about that on Facebook.
Yeah, the company's come a long way from like the days of bra and panties matches. Like it's they're given the female competitors are finally given the same respect more or less as the male ones.
Nice.
At least when we're talking about Full Sail and NXT and like everything that's under the control of Triple H. Vince McMahon is still like kind of a caveman the way he looks at things, and the big stink right now is some of his guys are they're really concerned that some of these women from the tournament may not be attractive enough to work in WWE.
Because that totally matters.
Yeah, like they completely missed the point. Completely, it's about ability. You don't judge the male guys like that. Like you can be unattractive and be a male wrestler. Nobody cares.
I mean, that was I mean, that was the Miz's entire sell. Was look at me, I look like a frog-faced loser.
This whole thing was like, I'm from a reality TV show. Hate me. I have a very punchable face. He's turned into one of their top villains. He's just so good at getting people that don't want to see him get his ass beat. Like, oh, I want to see him get hit with a 2x4. Like he's doing his job then.
Like, it's okay for the ladies to not be super sexy. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not the point. So the hell what? A lot of these women are like ridiculously good in the ring. They literally had like 5 or 10 years ago, they would tell this girl Michelle McCool, like, don't throw your kicks that good. You're a woman. We can't have you showing up to guys. And like certain people like just started going to bat for them. Like if she's doing it better than the dudes, then she's just good.
Mm-hmm.
Like put it on the guys to step up if they feel like oh, she's outperforming. That's how it's supposed to be in the locker room. Oh, guy A does it better, whatever than me. I gotta improve my shtick. I gotta improve my stuff. So there's this big partition between Full Sail down in Florida and Titan Towers and Vince McMahon and all that stuff. There's just this curtain that like apparently he can't see through, or like he just peeks through every now and again.
Meanwhile, Best writes, I second that emotion. It's okay for the girls to not be super sexy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be beauties in the eye of the beholder. And like, again, it shouldn't matter. Ronda Rousey's girl, Shayna Baszler, she looks pretty rough, but she's really good in the ring. She's like the way what she looks like should not be important at all.
How we have enough trouble with that, even like literally everywhere. Like how they took the spider from Lord of the Rings and then turned her into this sexy like brunette in a black dress. And I was like, wait, what? Why does the spider need to be a sexy lady?
Don't just keep extrapolating this sexfulness to every female entity because it doesn't work. B, it's just ridiculously unfair.
Like, why?
I hope they all get jobs. They're all really bizarrely entertaining to watch the entire thing. The final's going to be on September 12th, and I'm kind of jazzed to see that. And I don't really get as much wrestling as I watch. I don't really get too jazzed to see a lot. But what goes down, I'm like, ooh, I gotta see that. Like, I'll watch it. Like, I really want to see who's going to win this tournament. They're definitely going to be sticking around. I almost wish there were two different companies. I could just enjoy one and the other just kind of stop watching. Why is there the same like 5 to 6 episodes of Rick and Morty live streaming 24/7 on YouTube every day?
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine is my big thing is that it's like I always find it weird that on Picardo whenever I watch somebody on Picardo, they're always streaming TV and I'm like, isn't that kind of illegal?
And very illegal.
Like, does Picardo just not care that like their streamers are like streaming TV?
They keep track of stuff like that?
I assume not.
So if I did that on Twitch, like, wouldn't they have to like? Someone would have to like come in my stream and see it, or so I don't know what algorithm it could be. Make like Content ID like YouTube. Like, oh, this matches this content. You're not supposed to have this.
Like, cause I remember like I was on somebody else's stream and they were talking about how somebody was drawing not porn, but they were drawing like nude art, and that got them in trouble, and they got reported. And like sometimes on my videos, like after they're done, and they're going to YouTube, like either YouTube or Twitch will say like, yeah, we muted part of your video because it's got like copywritten content or some such. Like, and I get that, like, it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black because I'm listening to a remix of Donkey Kong. And even if I wasn't, then sometimes I'm listening to official music. Which I know Sega doesn't care about, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo does.
True. True.
So pot calling the kettle black, but I feel like there's a little bit of difference between listening to the music and streaming The Rock versus The Undertaker for the like that just aired whenever it just aired. I mean, like, obviously that didn't actually happen, but I'm like hypothetical.
Mm. I personally wouldn't stream not copyright content, because like stream music, but it's not like, I guess it is part of the entertainment. Like, it just feels different to stream like video content on your video content.
Well, it'd be like if Disney XD was running Nickelodeon cartoons, and just having a live reaction to Nickelodeon on their channel without Nickelodeon's permission.
Yeah. So I guess if you are like making money with Twitch and YouTube, etc., I guess that is when you kind of like stop, or you should stop using all copyrighted material. If we're gonna monetize our videos, or like some of our older ones have like the copywritten stuff in it that we cannot monetize those videos because this song plays or this happens. So like the wrestling games that have like actual songs for guys' intro music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got flagged for I think we were playing in like one of us used CM Punk and his intro was a Cult of Personality.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, copyrighted music. I'm like, yeah, but it's in the game. Like, is that worth disputing? I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, so I'm just gonna kind of take my punishment.
No, I feel that.
Not available in Germany. I'm like, I get it. It's a weird scenario, but I get it.
Yeah, my timer just went off, but I don't care. I'm going to finish this this one shot, and then I can go back in and do Tales tomorrow on my way to work. I've got to work on character designs for 11 Second Club. Or practice a Code Academy.
That was a weird thing that happened. I'm just remembering. We used the Team America World Police song, the montage song, at the end of a Besiege video. And like, it was like your video's been flagged for copyright content, and the penalty, if I could call it that, is that the copyright holder now like airs commercials during that video.
Yeah, like YouTube.
So it wasn't taken down. It was like, we're gonna put commercials in this video. Oh, okay. I mean, I get it. It's not my song.
Well, more likely you got flagged by a bot, and
Yeah.
nobody just wants to dispute it, or nobody wants to check, and nobody wants to dispute it. Because like that'll happen too, where somebody will file a claim on content that isn't theirs, but YouTube won't check that it doesn't actually belong to them.
Oh.
7. So yeah, YouTube won't actually check, and then like or it'll be something that's like super hyper similar, but it's not the thing. Like a dumb example. Like if say like YouTube has the coin noise and the ring noise flagged, but like it mistakes the two sounds, then Sega will get the copyright, even though like anybody watching the video is like, yeah, but it's got Nintendo's. It's like it's from a Nintendo game.
Isn't there like 4 seconds or so that it needs to identify that stuff? That's what it was explained to me when I started messing with YouTube. Like, oh well, it'll flag you at 4 seconds.
Well, hell, it'll even flag you if your video is not monetized either.
Yeah, I know. My video is not. I haven't monetized anything yet. Like I'm working on getting toward that. But as of right now, nothing is monetized.
That's that's kind of why I'm working on this Sonic project. Is like getting some more stuff that like actual generates views. I think that's also why I have to start doing like video essays and vlogs too. Cause just doing the speed paints is not cutting it. which sucks because I like the speed paints. I mean, I'm not gonna give up doing the speed paints, but you know.
Word is bought. Do helicopters work?
Or even Lego Build Fighters? Or not Build Fighters, but you know what I mean.
And brick rigs. This works. Rotor, what is... Does this not actually spin around? What the heck? I am so blown right now. Well, there's like a actionable thing. There's... Apparently, I have a helicopter that doesn't fly. So,
that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. So, why the heck does it not fly? That's so dumb. I don't want to download everything off of the workshop. What? We've got actuators. I want you to go faster than this. Able thrusters. I'm pressing all the things and nothing's working.
Welcome to my comic. Or rather, welcome to my comic in HTML5 anyway.
Cover map, we can exit, handbrake, interact. says enable thrusters. Okay, enable them. Do a thing. Oh, WNS. Alright, I quit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make this team try to go to sleep.
Alright. Well, good luck, dude. I'm one frame away from
him.
Alright. See you on Wednesday.
He's out.
Bye. Oh, that's the end of that playlist. Crap. So let's put on one more song and then we're probably gonna call it a night after this. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it works. I'm gonna figure out what to do with Tails in a little bit. But for the time being, I think we're gonna call it a night there. Yeah? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, alright. So the good news is, just because the Crimson Fly is not up and running doesn't mean that SkipperWing is down. However, yeah. So tonight's, as I've mentioned, mentioned to Drastic, the next, I'm going to be going to a drink and draw on Wednesday in the town where I live, the city where I live, and so that means I'm not going to be here at the regular time, which means that the stream's going to start at 2 in the afternoon on Wednesday, and then rather than at the regular 7 o'clock. This gives me time to do the all the normal to do the streaming, but still like make my thingy thing. So yeah, let's see who's still here. Best, thank you for popping by. I think it's just you and me and Nightbot. All right, so Best, Agent, DJ, thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks guys for putting up with me being weird and wonky last week, and I will see you on Wednesday. Yeah. All right. You guys have a good evening. Bye.